welcome to your shoulder stretch. So today we are going to do a range of exercises that focus on shoulders, traps, rhomboids, arms, the lateral insertion point here, which kind of helps to get anything up and overhead. We're going to look at stretching out the neck. Some of these stretches you might have seen before. We're also going to do things which are a little bit more twisty, a little bit more creative. We're going to do, again, some active holds, but realistically we just really want to find as many different ways to open the shoulders. The main focus I've found since designing the program is that a lot of people really struggle to get their arms up and over their head, allowing the shoulder blades to slide down. And it's not necessarily about having kind of more flexible muscles, but it really is just allowing and having the strength and the activation in those muscles to allow the shoulder blade to slide down. Okay, so what we're going to look at is a little bit of that. To start off with, you're going to do Cuban raises. You have options: pair of tights, TheraBand, a scarf, sock, whatever it is. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand on one end. You can do this without the band, and it looks a little something like this. Yeah, we go down and we go up. Band, we go up and down. Extra resistance just means that those muscles have to work hard to stabilize the body, so we don't use anything else. So we're going to keep the rest of the body still, isolate through the shoulder, through the rotator cuff, and the muscles on the top of the shoulders. Good, lovely. Again, what we really want to try and do is allow the shoulder to roll forward and back, without allowing the body to go with it. Okay? Good, let's do 2 more here. Nice. And we're going to change sides. So again, if you've got a pair of tights, you can hold it instead of standing on it. If they're long tights, then go ahead and stand on it as well. So again, we're going to come to here and just noticing the difference between 2 sides. Okay, it's really important, and I think I say this with every video that I do, with every class I do, noticing the difference between both sides. Okay? The first step to progression or developing is being aware of it. You can't change something if you don't know what it is. You can't adapt, you can't grow, you can't do anything unless you're aware of it. First stage, awareness. So again, being very, very clear with whether this range of motion is more comfortable on one side than it is the other. Okay. Good, 3 more. One more. Great, lovely. So coming into some more kind of general shoulder stretches, you're really going to think about lengthening your lower back. So really think about tilting the pelvis in, I suppose, into a posterior tilt, lengthening the pelvis back. You're going to keep the abdominals closed, and we're going to bend the knees. You're going to take the band, and you're going to place it so that your hands are thigh distance apart. We're going to tuck the pelvis under, and what that's going to do is that's going to allow us to really isolate through the upper back. You'll notice if your hips start to go that way, we can start to open this. We really want to think about keeping everything back. So all we're going to do is breathing in, chin in towards chest, breathing out. Breathing in, lengthen through the lower back, breathing out. If you want, small bit of tension on the band, take it up and over. Arms don't have to be straight, they can be slightly bent. Good, let's do 3 more here. 2 more. Last one, we're going to lift it up, straighten those arms, shoulders away from the ears. If we can, hands are going to go directly above the head, and we're going to take a chin in towards the chest. We're going to pull the band apart, we're going to bring down, press it up. If we can, what we're going to think about doing is pulling apart, bringing it down, pulling it apart just a little bit more. Band reaches towards the shoulder blades at the back, and then we press it back up. We pull it down. Keep the pelvis tilted under. Let's do 5 more. Walk your hands in if you need to. Last one. And bring it down. Lovely. From there, we're going to take the band behind the back, palms facing in towards the back of the body. And what we're going to do, squeeze the shoulder blades together, slide the arms down. From there, keeping the shoulder blades squeezed, keeping the pelvis tucked under, abs pulled in, we're going to squeeze, pull the band ever so slightly apart, and lift. And then going to bring it back down. What we want to avoid is this kind of motion. So we really want to focus on keeping the shoulders squeezed back. Squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift. If you're comfortable with dislocates of shoulders, not the bad version, we're coming up and over, palms facing in, we squeeze and we lift. Only if we're comfortable with it. 5 more, whichever version you're doing. Again, if you want to stick with just lifting up, squeezing and lengthening back, please feel free to do that. Do 3 more. And 3. Lovely. Bringing the band down. We're going to place that band down. From there, we're going to have one palm facing up, one palm facing down. And all we're going to do is switch. So what we're aiming to do is have both palms facing up, actually. So we're going to twist, twist. So from there, what we're going to do is as we turn the palm that is going down and up, we're going to look towards the opposite hand. So one hand stays up, one hand rotates round. So we twist and we twist. We twist and we twist. Same thing, but this time ear to shoulder. Just a gentle neuroflossing exercise here. So just allowing the, because obviously we can't stretch nerves, so what we want to do is allow them to glide. One more time each side. Oh, great. Bringing that down, roll those shoulders out. Last thing in terms of standing, I'm going to bring the left hand onto the opposite side of the head. We're going to reach the right hand down, find the space between the shoulders and the ears, and we're going to give a gentle length up and over, not down, length up and over. And then we're going to bring it back, allow the hand to relax, reach it up and over. Bring it back. Reaching it down. One more time. Reaching it down. From there, keep the hand pressing down, turn the nose, take your hand from the side of the head towards the back of the head, kind of like Michael Jackson. We pull the nose down towards the floor and up. So we shrug the shoulder, we press the hand down, and then we lift it up. 2 more times. The slowest paced Michael Jackson head bow ever. 2 more times. Good. Change sides. So I'm going to breathe in and bring it back. And relax. 2 more. Last one, pressing it down. Stay in there. Hand goes towards the back of the head. Turn the nose towards the armpit. Press down as we draw the nose down towards the floor. Allow it to relax. Shrug that opposite shoulder up. Press down. We lift up. We press down. It's like a big smell of your armpit. Bring it up. One more time. Good, bringing it back up. Roll those shoulders back and down. What we're going to need to do is grab ourselves a chair. We're going to come into a latissimus dorsi and tricep insertion point stretch. You can say that fast. Latissimus dorsi and tricep insertion stretch. Ish. So, what we're going to do is we're going to bring elbows down onto the chair. Now the elbows are shoulder width apart. We don't want to be here, we also don't want to be here. Yeah, We really try to keep this line nice and parallel. From there, hands are going to stay parallel. It's really important that our hands don't come together. They can come together afterwards, but for now, as we're taking the arms back, the action of the arms is going down and up. Yeah? So this is the action of the arm. Okay? Now here, if you were to come here, for example, keeping your hand as close to the outside of your shoulder blade as possible, but then going to lift the arm all the way up, opening out the insertion point between the lats and the triceps. Okay? The difficult thing with this is that we want to lift up and allow the arm to cross. So we want to come into a generic tricep stretch here. So what we want to think about doing is keeping the elbow as close to the head as possible, but moving the hand out towards the shoulder, like so. Yeah? And what that's going to do is get right into the point that we need to get into. So we're going to use gravity as a source of to help us. As you can see, gravity is your friend in this exercise. So what we're going to do is we are going to start with the little fingertips together, hands out. Elbows are going to be resting on the edge of a chair, and then we're going to allow our head to pop through. Yeah? And then from there, we're going to tilt the pelvis under, ever so slightly, just to squeeze the abs, not round the back. And then what we're going to think about doing is trying to get the armpits down to the floor. We're then going to bring the hands down towards the shoulders. You might need to readjust yourself. And then we're going to give ourselves a gentle press down. But what we're really going to think about is that the triceps are trying to get longer. So we're really thinking about sending the elbows in the opposite direction to our hips. You can also think about walking one hand over, pressing one hand down and taking a little bit of a stretch here, spending more time on one side. Wherever we go, we're going to spend 4 breaths on one side and then changing, or we're going to spend 8 breaths in the middle. Good, if you're doing one side, change. Really think about sending the shoulder blade down towards the floor. Good, bring yourself back into the middle just one last time. 2 breaths with both elbows on the chair. And then coming out of it, chin in towards chest, bring the hands down, roll yourself all the way up. Arms will feel like 3-4 foot longer, so bring yourself back. So from then, next exercise, we're going to need a wall, okay? So I'll quickly demonstrate it here, and then I'll show you against the wall. So when we think about opening through our shoulders, what tends to happen is that if the shoulders don't want to go, we take movement from other places, like the ribs, yeah? And instead of thinking about lifting up, for some reason we go forward, yeah? So we think if we really push the ribs and the chest forward, then the arms are going to go back, yeah? Again, makes sense, understand why. What we want to do is we want to think about isolating through the shoulders to get the arms up and overhead, and then your breastbone or your sternum, you want to think that that is trying to reach up towards the ceiling. So again, if I imagine that this is like a beam of light, like a UFO, what we're going to do is we're going to reach the arms, and I'm going to really think about trying to get this point directly up through the middle of the lampshade, yeah? So we're really thinking about lifting up. What we're not doing is this, yeah? So not a lot of people will be able to do this, that's fine, but what we're not doing is that. What we're doing is bringing the hands up and overhead, locking in this whole position to the rib cage, and then lifting the sternum and the breastbone up. Once the sternum is lifted and we can see that circle in the beam of light, we're then going to tap the hands back. Yeah. So both hands, we lift up, we find that position, we squeeze the glutes, tuck the glutes and the butt under, we lift our upper back, we can then keep lifting and then start to rely on a little bit of the stretch here. So against the wall, this is called wall taps. So what we do here, we reach the arms up, we start pretty close to the wall, we reach the arms up, Pull the abdominals in, the head can go with us. We reach up and back, and here we go. Yeah? So we tap the wall back and up, back and up. You can walk yourself forward. We can then think about squeezing through the glutes. We reach ourselves up and back and forward. And all we're doing here is putting the body into thoracic extension. So lifting up and back. 2, and we can walk forward. Squeeze the glutes. 3, and 4. We can walk forward again. We can think about sending the hips forward a little bit more. We have 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 2 more. This time we're going to go back and we're going to hold. Whether it's here, really squeeze the glutes. If we can have our hands flat. And bring yourself all the way up. Drop your chin in towards your chest and roll yourself forward. Nice. Bring yourself all the way up. So this next exercise, we have a reach with the right hand and we have a twist with the left hand. You're going to take a nice wide stance, bringing your left foot forward. So what we're going to do is, again, imagining that instead of the sternum coming up through that beam of light, we're going to think that the fingertips are reaching all the way through. I'm just going to think about stretching the side of this body in a kind of lateral flexion. But what we're thinking about doing is reaching up, up, up instead of over, okay? Exercise goes something like this. Legs are slightly bent, we go up and twist. Head stays focused, we go up and twist. Let's give it a try. We're going to do 8 on one side. Really reach up, twist around. 4. We have 3 more. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Change sides. We're reaching the arm up again. We're thinking about going up, length, not folding. And again, twist round. Okay. We move forward, otherwise I'm going to hit the English ivy. So we reach forward, take a nice soft bend in the legs. We breathe in. We breathe out to twist. We breathe in. Five, and 6, and 7, and 8. Great, lovely. Bringing that down, rolling those shoulders out, just giving your arms a bit of a shake. And what we're going to come down to is a downward dog. This again is for twist. So we bring the hands down. The legs can be bent or straight. And what we're going to think about is this elevation through the shoulders, pressing the hands, almost as if we're trying to tear the mat in half. So from there, bent legs or straight legs, like I said, we're going to really think about opening up that latrine insertion point, just here. Trying to think about getting the crown of the head down and the chest towards the thighs without sending the ribcage forward. Yeah. From there, left hand goes towards the outside of the right ankle or the shin, and then we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a twist round. This supporting arm can bend, but what we really want to try and do is keep it nice and straight. Looking up through the armpit. We take 3 breaths here. Change sides. Lovely, and just bringing yourself all the way down, rolling those wrists out if we need to. So we have 2 more exercises. Lengthen your underneath arm out, and we're going to lie down on it. Both legs are straight, top leg is forward, top arm is back. This is our side star stretch, and it feels amazing. Right, let yourself relax into this stretch. Chest is up towards the ceiling, head is rolling towards the hand. We breathe in, we come through the middle, we find this side star position. We then roll forward and we bring that hand forward and that leg back. We're feeling this stretch all the way from the fingertips, all the way down the psoas, down the inside of the hip, and all the way down. We breathe in, coming through the middle, and we breathe out. Lovely, we breathe in, and we breathe out. Keep breathing in as we come through the middle, and breathe out. One more time, this side, breathing in. Great, lovely. You're just going to roll yourself over. I'm going to swing myself around so that you can see me on this side as well. Top leg forward, top arm back. Breathing in and breathing out, relaxing into the stretch. Breathing in through the middle and breathing out. Try and get the coordination between the hands and the feet so that we can arrive together. We don't need to spend too long in this middle place if we don't want to as well. One more time, because it feels really good, this stretch. Great, bring yourself up. We have one more exercise. So what we're going to do is we're going to place fist on our forehead and we're down like this. Yeah. So what our hand does is we start palm facing up, we elevate, lengthen the arm away, we lift, the thumb goes up towards the ceiling. Okay. Again, we go here. I'll do this side so that you can actually see my face. So we have palm lifted, and again for some of us, getting the palm flat is going to be really challenging. Okay, so really think about keeping the palm as flat as possible. From there, we lengthen and we lift. We hold for 3, 2, 1. We bring it down, we roll back round. We lengthen, we lift. We go 3, 2, 1. 2 more times. Lengthen. One more time, lengthen. Lift, 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 and then bring it down. Change side. Very lengthen. Turn at the last moment, 3. Two more times. Last time. Great, roll yourself all the way up. Nice, so well done. You've just completed your shoulder stretch workout. Hopefully things feel a little bit more open, a little bit more stronger, and a little bit more ready to go.